They're downstairs.
Oh my god.
In the kitchen.
No, it's okay, no glasses. Oh jeez. Okay. Hold on. Boom. Let's make sure that we're first live before we actually do the official introduction.
I just got the
let me close the
notification.
curtains. Oh, did it work?
Yep.
My phone is tripping. Well, we have an advertisement. Wait, hold on. It's a good one too. It's for a phone.
Yeah,
Not
we're
for
good.
com-
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Can they hear us? All right, sweet. Boom. All right. Boom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of 10 Talks.
Episode 34
Episode 34.
with Harmonious man himself, Yuriy.
And Rylee G. Gee, that was like the lowest energy
I
intro
know.
we've ever done. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my
That sounded
God,
like
that was so sad.
unnamed.
Can we redo this? What happened with our song?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold
That's
on.
what happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're
We
right.
had
Let me
that was not spunky at all. Wow, we're boring. So, I just made out the mic.
Better hurry, spark it up with
Don't
no
kiss that
worries.
mic.
Harmonious gang with the
Alright, here we
big
go.
Yuriy.
I just did it again.
Lit just like me, big boss
SMH.
chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it, a kid.
Wait, there's cat hair everywhere.
To 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Boom, 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 boom. All right.
Welcome back, campers.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back. No, they already saw the fucked up intro.
Well, there we go. That was way better.
Welcome back to another episode of 10
You give
Talks.
up too easily.
Do I?
That's your thing. Is
No.
You give up too easily.
Because I know that I'm going to have to cut out the beginning of the intro. That's going to fuck up the timestamps.
Just keep it rolling. Just
Just keep it rolling.
We accept our flaws and all.
I hope they do. That's the issue. Either way, welcome back to another episode of 10 Talks. Rylee and I are super tired.
Yeah, we're drained from the sun. It
Yeah.
was a hot day out.
Basically, Rylee has been talking about going to Universal Studios for weeks. She keeps saying, like, I want to go to Harry Potter. I want to go to Hogwarts, blah, blah. She keeps saying
we've
it.
actually been talking about this since, like, we got together. Like, we were planning
that's
on
true.
going
That's
before,
true.
like, the lockdown and everybody had to stay home. That order started. We were planning on going, like, I think that next weekend we were going to try to go.
I think, yeah, I remember when we first got together, we were supposed to go to Universal one day, and we canceled, and then, boom, they closed down.
Yep.
Damn.
So now we finally got to
We-
go.
yeah, we finally got to go to Universal. How'd you like it?
It was so fun. I haven't been in like 6 years, it feels like. So it was like cool to see like all the new things they've added. I don't know. It just makes you feel like a kid again. Like how everything's just cartoony.
Paying for everything does not make you feel like a kid
Oh yeah,
again.
well no, not the prices. I was like, damn, mama, you were a good one.
I know that shit was so brutal. Like
I
when
know.
just like going, even getting the tickets. Like I'm not sure if it's because of COVID, because like it's because they like raised the prices or something. But when I was looking at getting tickets for Rylee and I, just the normal tickets were like 120 or 130 each person, and that's just for a normal ticket. So for the I think it was even more. I remember just looking. I put it to our cart, and for both of us for a normal ticket, it was like $300 or $330, and I was like,
Which to me, that's not worth it.
oh yeah, 100%. That's not worth
worth
it
it.
because you have to pay for everything else in there. Like it was so like when I saw that 330, I was like, all right, we can't go to Universal. But luckily, huge shout out to my homie Hectic Goon. I went to high school with him. He basically used to work there and gets all these freaking free days after a while, and he gave us 2 days
Yeah.
for the low.
He hooked us up. big
Yeah,
time.
so if you guys are in LA and need cheap Universal tickets, DM me and I'll give you guys this guy's Instagram, because that was a huge hookup. We would probably not have went if I did not get the tickets from him because it was so expensive.
I know. I feel like they are upping the price with every like theme park. I
Because
feel like
there's less
everything-
people, right?
Yeah, and I feel like everything inside got way more expensive too. Like I don't remember everything being $20. Like I
no,
remember
that felt normal.
I remember it being like $13-12. Like that's normal, but now it's literally $20 for one plate.
No, that's normal, definitely. That's from what
I feel
I
like
remember.
it's more expensive
it's
than
always been
Disneyland,
like that.
honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was crazy.
Like Rylee and I pulled up, and I remember the last couple times I went to Universal, I parked outside of Universal, and there's like a trolley that takes you up that giant hill and drops you off in front. And I remember taking that trolley both times. So I never had to pay for parking, but Rylee and I went today in the morning, and the parking was $28. And number one, everything's expensive, and number two, they're all lying to you, trying to upsell like crazy. Where as soon as Rylee and I pull up to the parking lot, dude's like $28 for all day parking, or he's like $40 if you want to park way closer. He's like, and I was like, what's the difference? He's like, oh, the $28 parking is a 15 to 20 minute walk, and then he's like, the $40 parking is a 3-minute walk. And I was just like, we're walking for 15 minutes, babe. I was like, I'm not trying to spend $40 on parking. So I spent the $28, and it was like a 4-minute walk. It was like, it was such a short walk. I was like, wow, this guy really tried to finesse us with that 50. Like, it's probably a 15-minute walk from the last parking spot and the last, slot that they give out or whatever.
Probably no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, 100%. And then, everything in there is so expensive, dude.
Yeah.
You walk in, well, the tickets alone, you pay to go inside or whatever. And then we were talking about this as well, where like I was like asking her, I was like, what did you think about the Hogwarts thing? Because it was your first time going there, and you were saying like,
I was like super stoked to go because I love Harry Potter and stuff. Like,
I remember.
I don't know. I think that's what I love most about Universal is how like they just transform everything to like.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of the cost right there.
Feel like in your head, like the Simpsons world, like that just feels like you're a part of the fucking Simpsons.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
I don't know. The little details they do is really cool.
That's what I really like.
That's
too.
what I was really excited to see because like I mean you could see the castle like everywhere throughout like LA.
Everything around there in that Hogwarts place, like everything you touch is like all the tables, like every little thing in there, all the details are all like. Go according to the fucking movie.
Exactly.
So it's just like you don't see anything like random sticking out.
Yeah, but I was telling Yuri that I felt like it was pretty small in like the little section they had.
And I didn't really think about it, but just like
maybe it was either like it's super small or it was really overcrowded.
It was kind of overcrowded, but to be honest, like we didn't have to wait too long for a lot of the rides.
No.
But I was gonna say like you walk into the Harry Potter or Hogwarts section, and it's just like it's kind of like the rest of Universal where you walk in. A bunch of stores, everything's fucking quadruple price, you know what I mean? Like everything's hella expensive. And then there's 2 rides. There's the roller coaster, which is like 30 seconds long. It is fun, but it's like 30 seconds long. It's so short. It's like the super, it's almost like when we were taking, it feels like it can be a roller coaster in someone's backyard. Like it's such a small, quick roller coaster. Super short, but there's also not a long wait. Like we had to wait like 5 minutes. It was like super quick. Yeah, we basically had to like walk around the whole thing just to get to the line. But I mean to the roller coaster. But there's the roller coaster and then there's like a 3D experience. And those are the only 2 things Hogwarts has to offer. So
you got
that feels a little bit weird.
You got the butterbeer, and that's worth it.
Yeah, the butterbeer.
The butterbeer is so fucking fire.
Honestly, I was gonna say it is worth it, but you don't even have to go to Universal to get the butterbeer. You can on City Walk. There's a Harry Potter store where you don't even have to pay $130 to enter Universal. You can get the butterbeer outside of Universal.
But I only think they were doing that because of COVID, because you couldn't go into the
park. Yeah. You might have a point.
So they might be ending that soon, but
either way, it's like you're right. It's like it's super fun.
It's the experience.
It's the experience. Exactly.
And I was telling Yuri, I was like, I bet you it hits different when it's Christmas time because everything's like snowy, and today it was like so hot. Like the sun was like so bright. I was like, okay, this kind of doesn't give me the same.
You see all the snow around and you're just like
this doesn't feel
that looks
right.
like hot plastic. It doesn't look like snow.
It doesn't feel right today.
But you know what's funny is the last time I went to this ride, I don't know, this didn't happen. I think the last time I went was when I went with Alan, but I think like 2 years ago or something like that. Like I have so many different random family members that it's hard to keep track of, like of who's related to me how. But some girl who's also from my village, she like came to stay with my parents for like a week or something like that. And then like one day my mom was like, Yuri, like I can you take her out to Universal just so like she can go do shit because like she's out here to experience America or whatever. She's not gonna have like really another opportunity to come out here for a while. So I was like, all right, whatever. My mom gets us Universal tickets. I go there with her, and then we go to the Harry Potter ride, and they have that 3D experience where you sit down in a chair and you have to put this like giant like arm lock that goes over your whole body, and once it locks into place, you like your hips have like you can't even move basically. Like you're stuck in there, and like I have this thing where. If my body, like my hands and legs are tied, like I freak out. Like I can't, like I'm not, it's not closed spaces. What's it called?
Claustrophobia.
It's not claustrophobia. It's not claustrophobia. It's like I can't be tied up. You know what I mean? Like I don't like not being able to move.
Yeah.
And so anyways, this Harry Potter ride is like this huge thing that goes over you, like completely locks you into your fucking seat. And it just swings you around this whole 3D experience. And then when I went with this girl, it fucking freezes at like one of those points where you're just like hovering above like 15 feet of air, and then they're just like, oh sorry, like technical issues, blah blah, we're figuring it out. And then I'm just like, all right, relax, just chill, blah blah. And then like a minute passes by, 2 minutes passes by, 3 minutes passes by, and then like it just feels so long. And then like literally it gets to like this point where it's like 5-6 minutes of me sitting there, and I was getting to this point where I was like, I don't care how embarrassing this is. I was like, I'm gonna start screaming for help and screaming for someone to get me down off this, because I couldn't take it. Like I was gonna go crazy sitting in there. And then just as I was like literally gonna be like, help, get me out of here, boom, the fucking the ride keeps going. And I was like, thank God, dude. And then Rylee and I go today, and the same shit happens again, dude.
Right when we were going towards the fucking, what are they called? Dementors? The
Dementors. Oh yeah, you were scared of them for some reason.
Because we were like fucking, they were like right up
Everything
on
was
us.
hella close to you. If I was like a lanky long, if I was 7 feet tall, my feet would be touching some of the things.
Super close.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
But
wait, was this for an arranged marriage?
No, it was not for an arranged marriage. Really? Jesus Christ. But I was what's funny is like when Rylee and I went on the thing, in my head I was thinking like, there's no way it's gonna happen again. Like, you know, like it's not gonna happen again. And then boom, we're on the ride, and then it just fucking freezes. And then Rylee goes, "Oh
I
my!"
look at your eyes like, "Oh my fucking God."
And then you're like, and then I'm like, "It's okay, babe, chill." And then like 30 seconds pass by, you're like, "Babe." And then you freaking out was starting to freak me out, and I was like, "Babe, stop, calm down." I was like,
no.
I was like trying to tell you to calm down so you wouldn't start making me have a panic attack, because I was gonna freak out if we were stuck. But luckily we were only stuck for like 30 seconds, and then it continued going.
It wasn't too bad.
And
but after that ride, we get food.
Oh my God, yeah. But can I just say that that's my biggest fear
is getting stuck on a roller.
Getting stuck on a roller. Like I've seen news articles of like family goes on roller coaster gets stuck, and they're stuck on like this peak, you know, like high ass point, or like upside down or something for like an hour or two until help can come. And I'm just like, if that was me, I would go insane, dude. I would literally lose my mind. Like,
no.
if I'm like in one of those seats where I can't move, like I would throw up. I would literally throw up and shit all over myself. It wouldn't help. It would make the situation worse, but that's probably what I would do.
Well, that's why I was starting to freak out, because I was like, nope, I can't do this. That's exactly how you're saying. Like, I don't like to be locked in like that.
Yeah, I literally can't. Like, it'll literally make me feel nauseous, and I'll get to this point of feeling like I'm gonna die. Like I can't help it. Like, it's so brutal.
I notice my thing now though, like I was telling you earlier, as a kid, so crazy, like no fear, go on any type of roller coaster. But now, like that we're going, that we're doing all these rides, and like I'm just like watching the ride go along. Keep talking. As we're on it. I'm like, damn, like, we're really just hoping for the best that this shit doesn't fall apart, because some of these things have been, like, running for a long-ass time, and, like...
That's true, but it's universal.
I don't know, it's scary.
Honestly,
it's crazy. It's just, like, if you really think about it, it's like you're just on this little tiny track in this little cart with hella people with you.
Honestly,
and you're just hoping for the best.
What really makes me think about shit like that is, like, when you sit down on the ride, and you're, like... You're going up like a roller coaster, and it's going like, and you're like looking next, especially in Knott's Berry Farm on the Ghost Rider one, where it's all made out of wood, and you look next to you, and you're like, all the wood is just hella old and fucked up, and all the bolts are like rusted and like cracked and shit, and you're like, yo, like, exactly. is that chill? Like, you start like thinking. But recently, I was watching this dude as I was rolling the joints for the podcast, but the dude who I was watching set up that pool place. What's it called? Like that water park. You saw what I was watching? It was like this dude basically who works on a water park. He's like a water park mechanic, and he like does videos showing how they like get the parks ready for for use basically, and how they maintain them. And like they're super like they're careful and double check everything. They're like hella crazy about that shit.
I'm sure they are, but I'm just saying, like how we were talking about the mummy's been there for so many years.
Literally, I
don't know. It just freaks me out. It's obviously like a very slim chance that anything will happen to you, but it's like just that one chance that you're the person in that car. That's the shit that freaks me out.
My fear is not like dying or having something happen to me, unless I'm at Six Flags. Six Flags is fun. That will make me.
That's just a shitty way to go.
Six
That's
Flags
such
will
a
make me feel like I'll die. But I'm saying my biggest fear is like a mechanical issue where I'm stuck in that spot forever.
Yeah, that would suck.
If I'm stuck in one of those roller coasters,
at least you're living at the end. Though.
You know what I always do though? I think I've told you this. Every time I sit in a roller coaster and they put that arm thing over you and it goes like you know, and you know how like after you
and they're like.
Yeah, exactly. They come past you and they like slam it down to make sure it's like super tight on you. Whenever they come past me, I always like either wedge my knee or wedge my shoe or wedge my elbow. I put something so that it like when they push it, it seems like that's as far as it can go. And I always leave a decent amount of space where I can like wiggle out of my seat because it's such a stupid fear, but I always keep it in my mind like if something happens, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm wiggling out.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do. I'd just probably cry.
Would you get upset if like
you wiggled out?
If I wiggled out and you couldn't, and I was just like, babe, wiggle out. You're like, I'm stuck. I can't.
No, I would definitely not be able to wiggle out. I would not be wiggling.
I'm stuck, babe. Help.
Really? Oh my god.
I'm kidding. Either way, after all the Hogwarts rides, we got hungry. Well, we didn't eat any breakfast yet, so we were like, let's get breakfast there. We go to the Hogwarts like restaurant, and the last time I went there with Alan or whatever, I wanted to go there really bad, but there was such a big line, and I was just like, "Fuck, I don't want to wait." Blah blah. But we went there this time. There was no line, so Rylee and I went to go get some food.
I wonder why.
And you have like 4 options. It's like chicken and corn, or
a chicken dinner or whatever, and it's like a whole ass chicken, half of a chicken,
and whole ass chicken with sliced potatoes and corn. There's no butter on the corn. The corn tastes like it was like dipped in dirt, like literally like dirt water or something like that. Like it's such a weird comparison because very little things in America or like Los Angeles give me these like flashbacks. But when we were sitting at this restaurant, I bit into that corn. It literally instantly was like that's a raven. Like I fucking went back to Russia and like I tasted like it. When you walk into a barn, the smell of cow shit and like pig shit and fucking bird shit, like the stench is so brutal that it just enters your nose and you could taste it on your tongue. You're just like, ugh, like it tastes bad.
It didn't even have flavor.
That's what that fucking corn tasted like. Like I bit it and I was like, oh, that tastes like Russia. It tastes like a Russian barn. It was so bad.
It's like. You think when you're about to eat a piece of corn, it's like you're going in for like juicy, buttery, sweet deliciousness. You bit this shit, and it was like there was no pop of like juice at all.
I know.
Cold,
and
it was so cold.
But
it
honestly,
had no salt. Like there's nothing.
No salt at all. And honestly, I love corn. Like if corn has no salt, no butter, no nothing on it, I still love the taste of just corn.
Yeah,
so I can still just eat it. You know, if it's boiled. This shit I took 3 bites out of it.
After ripped out of the ground.
I took 1 bite and I was just like, I got that barn taste. And I was like, oh, I told Rylee about it. We talked about it. I took another bite from a different spot. Same shit. And I took another bite and I was like, I can't eat this. Like it tastes so bad. And Rylee got the chicken dinner with the corn. I was eating her corn. I got the fish sticks and potatoes. The potatoes are good. They're fine. You know, they could have used some salt or something.
Yeah, there was no salt.
But the fish sticks were so thick, dude. It was like it was so like I don't know. I've never seen a fish stick or a fish fillet that bulbous. Like it was like a sphere. You know, it was like a football almost.
Did that have flavor?
Honestly, if they gave me ranch or tartar sauce, that would have hit. But it was not good at all. And then after Rylee and I like get halfway through our food. We're like telling each other that everything's flavorless and really disgusting, and Rylee's like, what if that's their point? Like, what if that's the thing they're going for? Is like
they're so on brand.
Yeah, they're so on brand with the Hogwarts shit that they were like, yo, like shit, food's disgusting in Hogwarts. You know what I mean? Like we eat shit with no butter. But I remember when we were watching Harry Potter, one of the scenes, they're all sitting at the kitchen table, and one of the dudes goes like, Alakazam, and like a bunch of delicious food appears, and they're all just like, yo, look at these chicken legs, blah, blah. And like, we didn't have any of that. That shit was so trash.
The chicken was the best part because that's
chicken
what they
was
knew.
Actually good.
They knew how to kill that back in the day. Well, this is the confusing part
about... You need to flavor it, not kill it.
This is the confusing part about Harry Potter. Is it back in the day, or is this modern times?
Right? Like what year are they in?
What year are they in?
I think it's a mixture of it's like they're in the same time as us, but like in a different realm or something like that. Because they have cars.
They're known for like British like London.
Yeah, like older
Europe.
older like lifestyle or whatever.
they're known for like food like that, like just like regular like meat, potatoes. Doesn't have that much flavor.
I want to go to London and try
It
like
just
a
reminded
classic
me of like
meal.
an old English meal.
Bro, that shit was so terrible.
It was so.
I
good.
posted on Instagram. I posted the fact that it was so disgusting on Instagram, and then like 5 people DM me saying like, "Go to Cletus Chicken Shack." I forgot what it's called.
Chicken.
I didn't see the name. It was a Cletus Chicken something like that. That was so much better.
So
It was 100 times better, and it was literally just chicken tenders, which is like you can't go wrong with chicken tenders. But Hogwarts shit was fucking terrible. The only thing I would get from there is the butterbeer, and I would go on the roller coaster a couple times.
Yeah. And we got alcohol, which was cool.
That was really cool. Honestly, like
we got some good drinks. Our bartender hooked us up. Big time.
I started feeling guilty, like thinking back in the day going to amusement parks with my parents, like whenever, like the rare times that we did. I never remembered like my parents ever drinking out there because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my parents like had to buy food for me and my sisters and the tickets. Like they had to worry about all these different expenses that they couldn't really like spoil themselves with trying to get, you know, like have a good time and drink and shit like that. So I never really even that never even entered my mind. But Rylee and I like literally got like mixed drinks and we're just walking around the whole park. And I was like, what the fuck? Like
so
this is
fun.
sick.
It was so fun.
It's kind of cool because it's like you can't do that in LA. You can't drink in public and just have a good time. But it's like kind of like once you enter Universal, you're like in your own world.
Exactly.
You could be on shrooms and no one's gonna fucking notice unless you do something
not.
weird.
I would not want to do that ever.
Honest, if there was like,
It would be so scary.
yeah, exactly.
It's too much. It's so bright.
Yeah, honestly, it's very, very bright. But it is cool how like at one point Rylee and I are walking, like it quickly turns from Hogwarts to Universal stores to like the Minions fucking city. Like as you're walking, like all the surroundings change into different worlds. You go into like the Simpsons world, you go into the Hogwarts world, you go into the Minions and the what was that off the leash shit?
Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets world. Like that was honestly cool to me. Where I was like, this is sick. Like it's a full ass experience with all this stuff. But I just wish that they didn't upcharge them so much shit, dude.
It's crazy.
And you know what?
Oh, sorry.
You know what I noticed is like I remember when we were Universal's like has these like 2 giant sections where there's like you enter through the top and then towards the back of the park you have to take hella escalators down to this lower section where there's more rides. And remember when we were taking the escalators, I was like, yo, look, there's golf courses right there. Universal Studios is like its own city. Technically, they have their own area code, police department, fire department, everything. It's like a huge ass plot of land. It's huge, and apparently they have like a golf course, like a really nice looking golf course.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
And I was thinking like, that's probably for like the rich ass people who like own this place, and they're just like literally playing golf as they're making millions of dollars like 10 feet away.
Yep.
I was like, wow, that's the bossest setup ever right there.
Exactly.
Playing golf and making just ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah, I loved it. It was so
I
fun.
loved it. Yeah, it was really cool. It's dumb that it's so expensive.
I don't understand that. It's like,
Oh,
dude.
you guys want to hear something even?
Families save their money for so
I
long to go to
that's
these
what I'm saying. It's
places.
fucked up, dude, to these families
It's
because
so fucked up.
for us, like we are used to the American way of upcharging and taking advantage of people and they're trying to get as much money out of them as possible. But like, imagine like my parents I remember my parents like talking about the show when we first came to America, going like, dude, like you spend all this money getting in there and you have to spend more money once you get in there, you know what I mean? Like, and then you would basically just be scounging around looking for everything free that you can do, and it turns into a point where you're like, wow, to really enjoy this place I have to spend more money. Like it's that at that point, yeah, it becomes kind of weird where you're like, I don't know.
Or even people traveling, like I was telling Yuri, like it's so cool that we're super close now to the park, where before I would have to travel all the way from the Bay Area, which is like a 6-hour drive, to like experience Disneyland, Universal, like any of those
yeah
places.
That's
it's
crazy
like,
to me.
I couldn't know, just imagine like people who are in like Montana, fucking I don't know, Virginia, just driving all the way out.
Imagine
here,
you're
flying,
like dead in the middle,
for your Universal trip with your family.
and imagine you're dead in the middle of the country where you're like exactly halfway from Florida University, Universal Studios, and Los Angeles Universal Studios. You're like, fuck, 3,000 miles that way and 3,000 miles this way. Where the fuck do I go?
Yeah, the experience is definitely different now.
But you know what else I was gonna bring up that I thought was really ridiculous was we got these tickets for a jug price, right? And then I was thinking like maybe we can go in there and see if we can upgrade to the express pass, because I saw that online there was an express ticket where you don't have to go through the regular general line. You can go through the VIP line, which is like so much faster. And like I said, when I was going on the website to buy our tickets, it was $330 for just the normal tickets. For Rylee and I to do the express passes, it would have been like $550, $600 just for 2 express pass tickets. And I was just like, we cannot afford that. So when we went there, I was thinking like maybe we can upgrade or something like that. I went to one of the dudes and I was like telling him like, yo, we want to upgrade our ticket. And he was basically saying like, oh, he's like, for $130, you get the express pass
Each.
Yeah, 130 each. He was like, you guys get the express pass, but the 130 express pass gets you get to use the express lane once per each ride. So you get to take each ride, VIP lane one time.
That's so
And then he was saying that he's like, if you pay an additional 170, you get the deluxe express pass where you can use the express as much as you want just for one day. And I was just like, bro, like, you guys don't have that many cool rides to begin with to be charging this much money like for this express pass shit. Like Disneyland, I understand. Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, I understand. They have tons of rides. Like this place is like all stores mostly,
Yeah, no way. It's more experiences than rides.
100%. Really, really.
And like we said, like we got on everything super fast today.
Yeah, that we were kind of lucky on, like, cause I remember when I was a kid in elementary school, we had this after school program where sometimes we would go to amusement parks. And I remember we went to Universal Studios. And I remember specifically, like, they would have signs that say how long of a wait it was. And there was, like, constantly, it was, like, an average thing where it was, like, 2 to 3 hours at each one of the rides. And we were waiting for 2 to 3 hours to go on a fucking ride. And, like, it's crazy that, maximum we had to wait, like, maybe 40 minutes today at any of the rides. Which was, like, not that bad at all.
That was it.
Oh, yeah, the first one. Right? That's kind of like the longest one.
Yep.
Which, do you think it's because it's reduced capacity?
I think it's because it's like the newest, coolest ride.
No, I'm saying, do you think like we had less people in line because they like sell the tickets ahead of time and they like don't sell as much as they used to basically?
I think so. Or like how we were saying, like maybe there was a big show going on
and we were just hitting the right spots at the right time. Because that was interesting. Like, the roller coaster we went to, at one point, there was, like, 35-minute wait. And they were like, oh, we're also having technical issues, so it might be longer. And we were like, all right, fuck that. We left, came back an hour later, and it was, like, a 15-minute wait. But it wasn't even 15 minutes. It was, like, it took you 2 minutes to walk through all the fucking shit they set up. And then once you get there, there's no one in line. Yeah. So it was, like, a 0-minute wait. But it said 15 minutes.
It was fire.
Did we talk about Universal enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough, right?
Basically, it was really fun.
It was so fun. Glad we got to do it.
I would, for anyone that's like out of, who like would want to go to like an amusement park like that, and that probably hasn't, I would say do not go to Universal. Probably go to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland, because like those places, they do upsell and do have all tons of stores too. But Universal is like, I feel like it's like mostly just you go in there just to buy exclusive items that you can only get from Universal that don't have a resale price, and there's tons of. None of them are really exclusive.
If you're into movies and you like
that
looking at cool stuff, then I would go to Universal. Like 100%. I like looking at all that shit. Like that's what makes it for me. For
a person that can handle their like psychedelic trips, that doesn't get weirded out by tons of people and like hectic situations, who can just like enjoy a trip, I can see Universal being a great time. You're just like, whoa, I'm in fucking Hogwarts.
I'm in Springfield.
Exactly, now I'm in Springfield. We should have done some of the games they had in Springfield. They had like basketball and shit like that. That was pretty cool. Bro, we would have spent more money. Would have. To play this basketball game, it's another $30.
$30 just for looking at it.
For one shot.
You're thinking about it? That's $5 every minute.
Hey, I saw you look over here. Come here. Let us scan your credit card from 10 feet away. But either way, that show's tons of fun. I posted like, I don't know, a good portion of it on Instagram. I didn't want to be on my phone too much, and Rylee was like yelling at me. She's like, "Get on your phone." Oh my god, no. You were.
No, I just like to live in the moment.
I couldn't live my life, as they say. No. You were blocking me.
No, what you do is type while walking.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's called multitasking.
No.
Okay,
what about what did we do on Friday? We could talk about.
Oh, you're right. The
time.
beer pong stream, which is something I also want to talk about.
Did you write that?
No, I didn't. You did?
Yes.
Wow, good job, man. Flicks the hair to the side. Yeah, so on Friday, we did a beer pong stream, which we haven't done in a year. The last one we did was a year ago.
And how was it? Did you have a good time?
I thought I had a really good time. I thought it was really cool. Got to hang out with like all of our friends and shit like that. We got dinner afterwards, but I thought it was a good time. But I think it was just one person. But there was like one person in the comment section. I think two people. But one person in the this is weird to even bring it up when it's just one person complaining about it. But I just thought it was like kind of like a little bit not frustrating, but I wanted to address it because this dude's like, I donated $70 and you guys didn't acknowledge my donations, or you guys weren't reading the chat or whatever. And it's like, I just want to explain that for that beer pong stream, like there was so much shit going on, like as for setting everything up, making sure everything's working, and I was trying to keep. I had the phone, like a phone in my hand, at like literally most of the time reading the chat. That was like one of my main goals, trying to keep up with the chat. There's like I'm multitasking like crazy, and I'm getting really really drunk, and like I don't think I missed any donations for shots or anything like that. So it was just like when I saw this message from the dude saying like, oh, this stream was super chat unfriendly, I was kind of surprised. I was like, dude, I tried my best, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like, I don't know, we're always trying to get better, and like it takes practice. You start learning like, oh shit, I can do this later on, or I can do that, blah blah. But I don't know, it was a pretty fun stream.
I think you're getting a little too caught up in this one comment, babe.
I know, right?
Like, you won't stop. I think you're just getting too caught up on the one negative when a lot of people liked it. I think I thought it was fun. I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun too.
I think everybody had a fun time, and it was just fun to be with everybody.
I
and actually hang out instead of like doing work and stuff, you know.
I messaged almost everyone that came that day, and everyone said they had a good time. So
yeah,
I'm glad.
Cool.
Anyways, it was a successful 24-hour stream. Rylee and I did.
24 hours.
I mean, yeah, beer pong stream. Rylee and I did terrible. Fucking Trevor and Josh won every single game, which is not fair. If we do another one, they cannot be teammates. I want Trevor to be my teammate. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll just be the host.
No.
I'll just be the host. Maybe I'll practice. I'll start training like these people are training for boxing.
To be honest, I feel like I should just be the host because I didn't do any better than you did. I did terrible. I didn't barely made any shots.
I have the worst aim ever.
Honestly, the way you throw it is so strange to me. It's like I was literally behind Rylee's ear and I was like, "Focus, babe." I was like, "Focus, take your time, focus." And then like before I can even say finish saying "focus, take your time," she just goes like just like tosses it, and I'm just like, "You didn't even like aim." Like usually sometimes you'll aim and you go like, let me see how strong I have to throw it, how much this ball weighs, like is there a wind, like you just like
I don't think like that.
You gotta like
how much this ball weighs.
Yeah, if it's a heavy ball you gotta throw it harder.
Well, this is why I'm not an athlete. Okay,
well that's why I was behind your ear telling you, babe, focus, take your time, and you just went
physics. Never took physics.
That's not physics, that's just using your body.
Not my thing. Never been good at sports, babe. You should know this by now.
Using my body, manipulating my arms and legs, never been my thing. Gotta say that from the jump. Either way, before we continue, I have to give a huge shout out to our sponsors for the podcast. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much. Stay grounded. I don't know what the hell I was gonna say.
Stay grounded.
I was gonna say that huge shout out to them because they've been sponsoring us for a long ass fucking time already, and they're continuing to sponsor us every single month. So thank you so much, Stay Grounded. They fucking got in contact with us about sponsoring the podcast. They've been doing it ever since, and honestly, like, I'm fucking glad to be working with such a company as cool as Stay Grounded. I don't know who's running it or how many people they have running it, but they produce tons of content. They're constantly keeping their Instagram up to date. And just let you guys know what it is, just maybe some people might not know yet, but it's a full fashion Instagram. Like, so if you guys are into fashion, if you guys are into buying the latest drip or just buying the latest clothes, trying to keep up with like new like fashion designers and artists out there, it's a great Instagram to follow. If you guys have a company or are trying to work on like some sort of clothing company or something like that, it's also a good account to follow because they can I'm not sure what the rules or regulations are behind them posting stuff, but they post tons of companies every single day, and it's a good way to get your shit promoted. You probably have to get in contact with them about that. I don't know how they do it, but it's a good way to get your shit promoted if you're trying to promote your company and get people's feedback on it, because every day their Instagram story posts are like, they'll post a shirt, like tons of shirts or pants and sweaters, and be like, copper drop or copper not or something like that, and people just like vote yes or no. So if you guys are into clothes, or you're into selling clothes or into buying clothes, stay grounded on Instagram. And it's not grounded, it's stay ground DEAD, dead.
Shout out, stay grounded.
Shout out to stay grounded. And also huge shout out to Sloppy Poppy for sponsoring today's podcast as well.
Sloppy
Bro,
Poppy.
nicest fucking guy ever. He randomly just Instagram called me while I was at work, and I never pick up Instagram calls. I don't know why I picked this one up. I was just like, looked at it, I was like, whatever. Boom. I just pick it up, and it's Sloppy Poppy, and he's like, yo, what's up, dude? He's like, I just want to say hi, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, I wanted to sponsor your next episode of 10 Talks. And like, again, I was like, what would you like me to promote or say, or anything like that? He's like, nothing. He's like, I just want to sponsor it. So, bro, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for believing in us and fucking just watching our content and enjoying it. We appreciate you so much, man. Thank you guys to stay grounded and Sloppy Poppy.
Bam. Thank you to our sponsors.
Huge thank you to our sponsors. I have like a bunch of weird random fucking topics written down that a lot of them I don't even want to talk about anymore.
I know, the one that I wrote down, I don't want to talk
What is
about
it?
it. Really.
Can I see? What is
Maybe
it?
we can't talk about it.
What
I don't
is
know.
it bad?
No.
Is it something that happened today at Universal?
No.
I think we could talk about that.
Okay.
Dr. Dre's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you already just said it hella loud on the microphone, so there's no going back now.
Well, I was saying it because
God, you are...
you already agreed to it. I'm down to talk about that because I actually did have a couple opinions about
You're
it.
that sibling.
No, I literally said, you literally just said we could say it, so that's why I said it out loud. But
You
I was
did what?
but
Where?
well, I couldn't see which one you were pointing yet out of your 3 topics written down. Look at this. Look at this list of information, babe.
Well, you've been going strong so far, so.
Facts. Either way, if you guys don't know, Dr. Dre, everyone knows him. Billionaire. He's apparently like a billionaire because of his beats and like his music and movies and tons of other shit that he's done. He's one of the richest people on earth. He's super fucking rich and successful. Recently he had like a divorce with his wife of 24 years, and they were having this long-term battle over him giving, what's that called when a husband and wife divorce and the wife
Settlement?
it's not a settlement, it's like there's a name for the money that it's like you're supposed to support your wife continuing afterwards after the divorce. There's a name for it, but either way, she was trying to fight for these payments, monthly payments, and she was asking for like, I forgot what the original asking thing, how much money she was originally asking for, but it was like millions a month. And he was saying no. Like, he was saying, I'll give you $10,000 a month or whatever. And basically they settled it in court, and it came out to like $300,000 a month she's getting.
Damn.
And I wish I took a picture of the list, but there's like a picture of the list of shit that says her expenses that amount to the $300,000 a month. And it said like entertainment. Entertainment was like $99,000 a month. It was like $100,000 a month or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Entertainment? Really? That's an expense? Like, her food was like $50,000. Like, dude, internet, TV, and phone was also $50,000. I was like, what?
How?
I was like, what phone plan do you have where you're spending 50 grand? Like, what do you have? 1,000 gigabytes up on your phone? 1,000 gigabytes? That doesn't make sense. There's no phone or phone plan that costs $50,000 a month. Like, what? That's obvious to anyone, dude. Like, this judge literally just has to like go on Google and like search up like all the phone carriers in the world, most expensive phone carrier in the world, and I bet you the most expensive phone plan in the world is like $1,000 a month. There's no way it amounts to $50K unless she's getting a new iPhone every single day.
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Bruh,
That's insane.
doesn't make sense. But either way, she got $300,000. It came out a couple days later after this announcement came that his wife won the settlement of $300K a month for I don't know how long. One of his daughters, I don't know how many children he has, but one of his daughters came out saying like, hey, I haven't seen my dad in 17 years. I'm homeless. I live in my car. I have a daughter, but my friend's taking care of my daughter right now, and I work like 3 jobs or something like that, and I can't help myself. And also, my dad doesn't reply to my messages anymore because I talk about him in the media or something like that. And it was really weird where...
Yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. So when I saw this, I was like, I didn't know how to feel. Like,
I feel like
it's just like, obviously it's a very fucking sad situation. Like,
it is sad.
But I don't know. You don't know the situation.
Exactly.
I don't know the situation.
Exactly. Like, so we don't know 100% of the situation, but a couple people I talked to brought up a couple good points where, like, it's like she didn't only have to ruin her relationship with her father to not receive any type of help. She apparently has no relationship with any of her family members and has no friends if she's homeless on the streets. Apparently she has a friend that's taking care of her kid, but it's just like, it's just like, I don't know. But also the one thing is, like, when I first saw it, immediately a lot of people's initial reactions is like, you're a billionaire. It's literally, it's like giving someone a quarter a month. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, figuratively,
for real. Like,
it's like us giving someone a quarter a month for him to give her like maybe 10,000 a month. You know?
Exactly.
But
at the end of the day, it's your daughter. Like,
that's your daughter. But then also it's like, you saw the thing with Jackie Chan, right? Where Jackie Chan's not leaving anything to his son, and it's apparently because his son is a giant fuck up alcoholic dude who doesn't want to work hard, who doesn't, has like no responsibility, doesn't care about anything, and just like, I don't know this lady at all, so I don't want to judge her, but just like, you don't know what her relationship is with her dad, or how, like how he views her, how, like, what she does, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was not that much information that I at least saw for me to think about it. So it's like that. Did you hear anything else?
I didn't hear anything else other than like they haven't talked in 17 years and she has a daughter who her friend is taking care of. And
but this is his oldest daughter, it said, right?
Oh, really?
That's what I saw.
It's hard. Yeah, it's like hard to make a judgment because, like, yeah, we don't know the full story. But it feels like there has to be some sort of like level of like her not willing to work hard, you know what I mean, like for what he's willing to give out, because I don't know, or maybe this is either like the way it portrays to people is like, this is either she is lazy and not deserving of his money, or he is a selfish rich person and doesn't want to help his own daughter, you know. What if it was so like, what is, like, it's not black and white though, so what is the middle ground? Like, what happened in the relationship that he's like, I'm no longer helping you,
No, what if like the mom and her were always on their own, like they never really had a relationship with him, and like
that probably did happen, and then he's like, I barely even know you.
If it was his oldest daughter, then they were super duper young, because I know that he had a daughter really young, like when he was in high school. So
maybe things ended sourly with the mom.
Maybe she took the high road and she was like, I don't want anything from you, dude.
Oh, right. And then now his daughter's suffering from the consequences.
But I don't know. That's why I'm saying I don't know the situation.
The one thing that made me feel a little bit weird is like her statement about it, where she was like, she basically said that my dad used to help me. He used to give me money, like pay my rent and all this stuff. And then he stopped doing it because I apparently like was talking about him in the media or something like that. And I was just thinking like, it's really easy to get comfortable and lazy when someone's paying your rent and giving you money every month. You know what I mean? It's like you at some point you're gonna have no like drive in you to like want to go get a job. Like a lot of people, like they want to keep their job and they want to work so they can pay their bills and take care of their shit. But if you know that every month a fucking check is coming in from Dr. Dre Incorporated, for $10K, you're just like, who knows what she was doing for all that time that he was supplying, financing her lifestyle.
Yeah.
She could have been mad chilling. Exactly. But at the same time, she said she hadn't talked to him in 17 years. So it's like, that's weird for him not to talk to his daughter in 17 years.
Yeah.
But how many children does he have? We don't know.
A lot, I'm assuming.
Why? Why do you? Oh, because he's a rapper.
Yeah. And just from, I don't know. I just watched that movie, Straight Outta Compton, so.
Oh, in that movie.
I can tell that he had couple kids at a young age.
Oh, really?
Already, so
I've watched a couple DJ Vlad interviews with people that like worked with Dr. Dre and like girls who like hung out with him and stuff like that. And apparently he's like can be an aggressive asshole. Like that's what I've heard. Is like he can be like super aggressive and like kind of very blunt and rude and stuff like that. But at the same time, we don't know anything about him.
What's Suge Knight's thing? What's it called?
Death Row.
Death Row. He was with Death Row.
He was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Either way, I don't know. It's like he probably doesn't even care. You know what I mean? He probably doesn't even care that people are like, "Hey, you're a bad dad. You're not helping your daughter." At this point, he's probably just like dude, like, you guys don't even know what the fuck is going on in our relationship. She could probably done some shady shit.
Yeah.
Who knows,
I don't
though?
know. I don't know. So.
But at the same
But I
time,
just saw that. I thought that was interesting. Like, I don't know. It's a debatable topic.
yeah, 100%. But it's like a hard choice because life is hard. You know what the fuck she went through. You know what the hell is going on. But
And I don't know anything about the situation at all.
exactly.
Really.
So basically, we have no opinion on the topic we brought up at all. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's like.
It's hard
how
to
is
talk
that- how
about
is that-
without
how's
making
it-
someone look bad.
And
you
it's
know?
how's it about to be like totally out there with like not that much information? I feel like.
But that's why I think
Like it's
Dr.
just
Dre.
like a rumor.
That's why I think Dr. Dre doesn't really fuck with her because he's kind of secretive. People
Mhm.
don't know too much about Dr. Dre.
That's true.
Like he doesn't.
He's
He's
not
like you
public.
don't really see. Yeah, you don't see his personality out there. So when someone like from his inner circle pops out going like, "Hey, this guy's an asshole. He's not paying me." He's like, "All right." He really pushes you away at that
Yeah.
point, you know. So it's like, I don't know.
Time
No
will tell.
opinion on the topic.
We'll see what happens with that.
I have like a couple other. Oh, dude, this is weird. So this is like a weird topic to even bring up.
Do I know about this?
I think you saw the post about it. There's this viral. I guess he's a YouTuber, but I think he's more of like an internet sensation because he was like kind of popular off YouTube. This guy called Chris Chan, not the skateboarder. This guy called Chris Chan who made Sonichu.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
You're telling me about
he
this.
has like a long history of like crazy shit that has happened in his life where he invented this magazine or this comic book called Sonichu of a mixture. It's a mixture of fucking Sonic and Pikachu. But what's strange is in his comic books, they're all extremely sexual and like very strange. Like it's not like a regular it's like a Fudge Willy comic book, but like very very sexualized, very adult. Yeah, and it's very weird. Anyways, that comic book blew up a long time ago. He became viral because everyone found out who like made this shit.
Yeah.
And like because he like blew up and became viral a long time ago, he had all these trolls fucking with him. And this is just like a little like quick backstory on Chris Chan. But one of his trolls, or I think it was like a couple of people, they pretended to be a girl and they like pretended to talk to him on Facebook, and he got into this like multi-month relationship talking to some girl that wasn't real on like MySpace or Facebook. And he thought she was real. He thought he was in love and thought it was a genuine relationship. And this person asked him to send him like this person asked him to like film a video of himself doing something sexual and very embarrassing, and he did it and sent it to this girl. And it wasn't a girl, it was like these dudes who fucking just put it on the internet. And this happened to him like 3 times, like where he's been tricked and trolled by fake girls on the internet and been embarrassed. And then he's gone through a whole you can watch a whole documentary about him. There's so many documentaries about him on YouTube. But either way, like he kind of fell off the map where no one really heard from him for a long time. And then recently a post came out saying that he apparently was talking to one of his friends through text messaging or through Instagram, and he admitted to one of his friends that he was having unconsensual sex. He was raping his mom, who has dementia and can't remember shit.
So fucking sick.
And it's so fucking it just like adds such another twisted fucked up layer to the Chris Chan story where you're just like, what the fuck, dude? It's so crazy.
So did he get arrested?
He got arrested. I don't know what's going on with his court case or what he's being tried for or whatever, but in his text message he basically said like, my mom has dementia and sometimes I do this.
But you were saying like,
and that's so fucked up because he's lived with his mom. He hasn't moved out of his house.
Yeah.
He's always lived with his mom, and she's been taking care of him, and he's gonna do this to her, bruh.
That's fucking sick. But you were saying that he is sick, right? Or he has something wrong or a mental issue.
I think in one of the documentaries I saw on YouTube, they said he is like slightly autistic or
Like
has
slow?
Asperger's or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I don't know, dude. You have to be a vile type person to fucking do some shit like that.
I don't even know what to say about that dude. Like
That's why I didn't even know if I should bring it up, because it's such a fucking weird topic where it's just like, but it's just crazy because a lot of people know of this dude because he's gone so viral so many times and like his story is so crazy, and this just adds just like another thing where you're just like, wow, like what the fuck, dude? Like that's fucked up. And to be honest, a lot of the documentaries that you watch on him, like they do kind of paint him in this like light where he can be aggressive and kind of a weirdo. But towards the end of a lot of the documentaries I've seen about him, they paint him as kind of like a guy who's been abused by the internet culture, who's been trolled, and he's just like been bullied,
Like the
basically.
victim.
Yeah, kind of. He was like, yeah, I kind of perceived him as a victim of the internet, of like
Yeah.
of trolls and shit. And then now seeing this, I'm just like, bro, like,
Fuck no.
fuck, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like you have to be twisted and evil to do
And then
something like
also,
that.
how do you interview his mom and get information from her if she has dementia? She's not gonna remember this shit.
Poor thing.
It's fucking
so
crazy,
sick.
dude. Either way.
Yeah, that one I can't even talk about. I don't fucking know what to say. That's just something you
I wish I
hear
hadn't
and
brought
you're
it
just
up.
like, your jaw just drops.
Exactly.
Like, did I really hear that?
That's what I'm saying. It's like fucked up and demented. Some people are twisted.
Anything positive?
I know, right? Look, okay, so my last 3 topics are like two announcements that one of them I already announced already, but one of them was a story. So basically, my friend Kirill stopped by yesterday. Huge shout out to Kirill. You guys know him as
Kirill and Robin.
and Robin, and you guys know him as Uncle Chuck apparently. But he stopped by yesterday and we were like chopping it up, like talking and shit, and we were like telling old stories. And I got reminded of this old story, and I don't remember if I told it on 10 Talks before. I mean, I think I've told you before, but I don't remember if I've said this on 10 Talks. But it's just like a funny story of like back in the day when Uber just started. Like this was like the first couple months of Uber, and then this was also when we would always go to like random weed shops. Like when this is before the government cracked down on illegal weed shops, and there was illegal weed shops everywhere. So either way, one day, me and like 3 of my other friends, it's like 4 of us, right? So me and three of my other friends like all link up, we're skating and shit, and we want to get weed. We link up at night, like at 9 p.m. or like 8 p.m. saying like we all want to link up and smoke, and we all like put our money together. We had like this, I don't know, like 30 40 bucks or like 20 bucks or some shit like that, that we wanted to go get some weed to go smoke. So we were when Uber just came out. Remember we had talked about this before, where their prices were super cheap. It was like
We were getting like $3 rides.
it was like ridiculously cheap, and there was this like a weed shop that was like pretty far away, but at the time it was like $5 there. And I was like, I remember telling my friends like, yo, none of us had a car at the time, so I told them like, yo, let's grab this Uber, go there, and I'll tell the driver like I'm running in and out, and can you just drive us back, and that will be another ride. No, we'll just pay you the additional amount. And we were just like, all right, whatever, let's do that. So we all order an Uber, and some lady picks us up, right? We all hop in the car. She drives us all the way to this weed shop, and this weed shop's like 5 miles away from where we like met up. It's kind of like a mission, but it was like only like a $6 charge. We get there. I told the lady, I'm like, and I didn't want to be specific. I didn't want to tell her like we're going to go get weed, because I didn't want her to be like, no, I'm not driving you back. So I just told her like, hey, I'm just gonna run inside the store really quick. I'm gonna grab something, come back out, and can you take us back to where you picked the stuff from? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. So I run in, grab the weed, come back out, sit in the car, and then we're just driving back. And it's kind of like a minute of a drive, right? Because it's like 5 miles away. And then she just starts like asking us questions like, oh, so what are you guys up to tonight? Blah blah. And then I forgot who brought it up, or like someone basically ended up just spilling the beans, saying like, we just picked up some weed right now. That's actually why we, ordered this Uber. Is like, you took us to the weed shop and you're going to drop us off. We're going to go smoke and shit. And she's like, oh, you guys smoke? She's like, I love to smoke too. She's like, I always got to get faded before I drive, blah, blah, this and that. And
Wait,
then,
what?
yeah, right? It was like super. And she's our Uber driver, but it gets weirder. And then, so she drives us back to Hollywood, right? And then we were all like thinking like, fuck, now we gotta find a spot to smoke. And then we're talking in the car, like saying like, oh, let's go to this roof spot, let's go there, blah blah. And she hears us talking about us figuring out where we're gonna smoke. And she's like, hey guys, she's like, if you want, she's like, I'll just put my Uber on pause for a second, we'll go up to a spot right now and we'll all smoke together. And we're all like, and she's like, I got pipes and blunts. And she like opens up her thing, and she has like a bubbler, and she has like swishers and shit. God. And we're all just like, yo, let's go, like blah blah. And then she literally drives us to like some hill spot, parks, turns off her Uber thing, and then we all smoke in her car. Like I thought we were gonna roll up and like stand outside the car and smoke. We were smoking in her car.
What the
and
hell?
then she fucking drives us and drops us off back in Hollywood. And then I was just thinking in my head like, Did she not worried about her car stinking like weed? Like,
what? I would have been like, this is the beginning of Uber too. You're like, what the hell could go wrong?
exactly, right? I thought it was just funny and sick. Thanks so much, Cannabis King, for the $2. But I just thought it was ridiculous that she was driving around with a bubbler in her thing. She said she already smoked previously. We probably didn't smell the weed because we already smelled like weed or whatever. But it's like, her car definitely smelled like weed after our smoke session, and she said she had to continue driving. And I'm like, the next person she picks up, she's gonna get some bad reviews.
Yeah, for real.
But
damn, that's so funny.
I thought that was a really funny story.
She probably wasn't like tripping.
She probably was not tripping.
She didn't seem like that type to be tripping.
Do you have any weird Uber stories? I remember on Ton Talks you've talked about the day you almost got kidnapped and Uber saved you.
Yeah.
But do you have any weird Uber stories?
It's like the only one that I could really remember. Yeah. Nothing really. Thank God, nothing really weird.
Dude, I remember also another funny one. One time on New Year's Eve, I forgot. Like,
actually, I do kind of have one.
What happened?
So, when I was working at the salon in San Diego, there was this guy that came in, and he had long, like really long, like curly hair, like not like how you had your hair, but like super duper long.
Small curls?
Small curls.
Yeah.
And he came in and he wanted highlights, like really stripy highlights. And I thought it was the weirdest thing ever.
Okay.
And I had to help the lady who was doing it, so I was like helping with him or whatever. And I just obviously you kind of remember that type of client because it's weird. And
where it stands out.
Yeah, I ordered the Uber. And I'm driving in the car, and he's like, "Oh, how's your day going?" And I'm like, "Good." And he's like, "I love my hair." And I like look closely, and I like see his hair, and I'm like, "No fucking shit.
The dude you help is your Uber driver? Oh my!
I was like, "Oh my!" It was like months later.
Wait, isn't that really expensive? Like the type of shit that you be doing at those salons?
Yes.
This Uber driver's getting like a fucking highlights done, then instantly going back to work. He's hustling to look good, dude. That's crazy.
He was so strange, but that was a funny encounter. I was like, what? I was like, okay, I'm freaked the fuck out. Like, did I get in the right car?
He said, "So do you like my hair?" What the fuck? You're like, huh? Let me out of here.
I looked and I saw the chunky ass highlight. I was like, oh my god.
You're like, oh, that's the part I fucked up.
Dude, my eyes deceive me.
Dude, telling that story about the Uber, I got reminded of another weird Uber day I had, which was it was on New Year's, and one of my friends, I think it was Chris Currian, but like
one of my have way weirder ones out here.
One of my friends texted me like an address for like a house party or some sort of party for New Year's, right? So I finished hanging out with my parents and doing that whole thing or whatever. So then me and my friend meet up, and we were gonna go to this party. So we get in the car. The address that they gave us like takes us to some weird fucking alley in downtown where there's like no one. We like look around, we're like, we don't want to get out of the car right here. We're like, this is the wrong address. I text the dude and he's just like, oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong address. Here's the other address. And it's like way across fucking town. And I'm like, fuck, whatever. So we have to tell this dude to, it was a, was it dude or a girl? I don't remember. But we had to tell the Uber driver, like, you have to take it somewhere else. So they hop on the freeway, and this person starts driving fucking fast and crazy, just like swerving through lanes and shit, like trying to get us there as fast as possible type shit. And then some car in front of the car in front of our Uber slams on the brakes. Our Uber literally has to just like boom, just like slam on the brakes, and then me and my friend just go just like it, like we're like the tires are screeching and shit, and like our seat belts to kind of like, you know, save this from like flying forward too much. It was like a hard ass stop.
Yeah.
And then like we come to the stop, and the Uber driver turns around and goes like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like he didn't even hit the car, but he was just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like tripping out, blah blah. And then he like instantly gets off the freeway, takes like the first exit off, gets onto some small street, and just goes like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't expect that to happen, like blah blah, just tripping out about like that situation that happened. He's like, let me get you guys something. Runs to the back of his car, opens up like the bag, had like a cooler, takes out a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, and then goes, I think it was champagne or wine, something like that, and like goes like, here, I'm so sorry guys, here's this bottle and 2 glasses like on the house.
What?
And we were like, oh dude, no problem.
fired.
Yeah, we were like, I didn't even care. It wasn't even that big of a
Oh
deal.
my
I was like, we got a free bottle out of it,
God.
and then the whole rest of the ride we were just drinking. I was like, what the
Some
fuck?
Ubers just know, like they're just courteous.
And like,
That is-
I would not have left a bad review. Like, I would have like, I never leave bad reviews for anyone ever.
I
Like,
don't know.
so it's just
But
like
they
I
be
thought, it was,
tripping.
I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, they get scared with that shit.
I know, right?
But now they can review you. They review the
I
the
know.
passengers, so don't even try.
I've had this when I was doing like I used to do prank videos on my YouTube channel, and I had this really funny, I think it's a really funny idea that I haven't done yet. I still kind of want to do it, which is I want to order an Uber, and like at the destination where I tell the Uber to go, like already have a friend there, someone there with the camera filming, right? And I'll have like a mic on me or something like that, or like maybe on my phone is filming or some shit. And anyways, I want to hop into some Uber, tell him to like take me somewhere. It'll be like a very close drive, and like wherever he takes me to, there's already someone posted with the camera. He takes me there, and on the ride there, like I'll pretend to fall asleep, and then like once I get there, the Uber driver will be like, "Yo, wake up, we're here." Like, "Yo, wake up," and I'm just like continue to like be
Oh
like
my
disregard
God.
the person and just like continue sleeping, and then like continue like just I just want to continue sleeping and see what the person does, and like see if we can get an Uber to like drag me out and be like, wake the fuck up, like throw water in my face or something. Like I want to get like a really funny reaction out of an Uber driver, and
They're
have
gonna think you're gone.
I'm gonna be snoring. I'll be like,
Oh.
I'll obviously still be
They're gonna
breathing.
know you're trolling.
You think they'll call the cops and be like, yo, someone overdosed in my car?
No. Maybe.
But that's why
Never know.
I don't know. You think it's a good idea? Fake sleep in an Uber,
I think it'd be funny,
right?
but I think
Like,
know.
not every Uber is gonna have a funny reaction, but I feel like a couple people are gonna be like, wake the fuck up, get the fuck out of my car, like, or some shit like that.
how long are you gonna let it go?
Like, I want to keep letting it go until
No.
like it breaks that barrier of just like he doesn't even know what to do anymore. He's just like takes a bottle of water and just dumps it on my face just to fucking wake me up or some shit. I don't know. I feel like that'd be
Here we
funny.
go.
Back to the prank videos.
New content.
I know, new content ideas. Let us know what you guys think. The other topic I had written down is about our stickers. So basically, if you guys have been keeping up with the whole sticker situation, these right here, and there's a couple others as well. Two that people haven't seen yet. Either way, we made these sticker packs, I think like maybe 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and we made 18 of them or 19 of them. We ordered as many stickers as we could afford at the time, and we were only able to make like 18 or 19 packs of all the stickers that we had left after each using one and giving a couple to friends and stuff like that. But all those sticker packs we sent to the patrons, because I sent out a message to all the patrons saying like, yo guys, if you want a sticker pack, just give me your address and I'm gonna send it off to you. So I sent them off to every single person who replied, and I think it was like 17 or 18 people who replied. I have it on my phone. And then after that, more people saw the message later on and were hitting me up saying like, yo, I want the sticker pack too. And I told them like, yo, I'll send you the stickers once we get another, order in or whatever. And the stickers were very expensive. Rylee and I spent $500 on all of these stickers. It was so expensive. But the only reason why we were able to spend $500, like if it was just a casual charge like that, Rylee and I would not be able to do that. That $500 came from the Patreon. So that's why I told Rylee, I was like, we should give the Patrons the stickers for free because we're able to get the stickers because of the Patreon. So just I think like 4 or 5 days ago, we ordered all the rest of the stickers, and it's like I said, it's 2 more designs that I haven't even posted on Instagram, or you guys haven't even seen yet. So we're gonna make additional packs. Basically, we're gonna be able to make, I think, 200 packs with the amount of stickers we ordered. And all the Patrons, if you guys are here now, just message me on Instagram saying like, yo, I want a pack. We're gonna give a sticker packs to everyone on Patreon, and then all the stickers we have remaining left, we're gonna make a Shopify account or make like a website where people can just purchase the rest of them of the
Yep.
stickers.
And they're coming Monday, tomorrow?
So that's what I was gonna say, is they're coming tomorrow. So we're getting all the stickers tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night we're gonna work on like packaging them, and I don't know how long it's gonna take to package 200 fucking packs of stickers, but we're gonna package all of them and then just start sending them out to the rest of the Patreons.
Yay.
And then make the website and then sell the rest of the stickers. The sticker packs are gonna be $10
Yeah.
because like the stickers were really expensive. Everything about, because you have to buy sticker packs, header cards, plastic bags, and then also we have to
Postage,
ship them out.
yeah.
So it's like altogether, I don't know what the total is, but it's very expensive. So like I just guesstimated that $10 should cover it, and then maybe leave a little bit of room where we're like could make a couple bucks or something like that. So the rest of the stickers will be sold for $10. I talked about this with my coworkers, and they were like, dude, no one wants to buy a sticker pack for more than $5. And I do agree, but we would literally be losing money if we sold it for $5. Like at the end of postage and everything, like it'd be really brutal.
Yeah, I agree.
So. But the Patrons do get them for free for everyone that helped get these stickers.
Exactly.
Just FYI.
Sending out soon.
Either way, that was that. And then also, I think we talked about this in the last episode of 10 Talks, which is the P.O. Box. We started a P.O. Box. We did not add the P.O. Box address to the description of the last podcast yet, or to the rest of the podcast yet. But I think I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm just gonna copy and paste the P.O. Box in all of the descriptions. But if you guys need the P.O. Box, if you guys want to send us anything, if you guys basically, my idea is maybe like a week or two, or maybe even for the next episode of 10 Talks, depending on if there's any items or how many items are in the box, we'll just open them on stream. Like that's my whole plan, is get a collection of items and then just open them all on stream during the podcast or something like that. So I feel like that'll be really entertaining.
That'll be so fun.
And we've had tons of people message us both saying like, hey, I want to send you this, hey, I want to send you that, but we don't want to give our house address to, a bunch of people, and we always have to like either not reply or just like, say like, oh, we were waiting to get a P.O. Box. So we finally made a P.O. Box. If you guys are some of the people who have hit us up trying to send us anything, DM me and I'll send you guys the P.O. Box address. If not, check the description in like an hour or two, 3 hours max, and it'll be in the description of all of our 10 Talks videos. And it doesn't even have to be like merch or anything. You guys want us to try like some fucking hot pepper chip challenge? A what?
A letter.
Oh, even a letter. Yeah, send us a letter. We'll read fans' letters. That's really sweet. So okay, we'll read it in their voice. Be like, hey, blah 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 blah, or whatever.
Oh God,
I don't know.
That'll be so fun. We'll do a whole stream.
So yeah, send us a letter. I don't know, anything you guys want. And also, one thing that I've always wanted to try that I've never been able to get my hands on is the one chip challenge. If someone sends that to us, are you willing to do it?
Yeah.
Really? It's deadly hot.
I'm down.
You down?
Know me, I'm down.
Okay.
I try the spicy.
We're gonna have to make a kiddie pool around us, and I'll have like a gallon of milk so I can just douse myself in milk if I need to.
The almond milk on deck.
What were your other?
I don't want to talk about them.
You don't? Why? They're lame.
They're super duper lame.
Really? They're super duper lame. That's funny because when we were at Universal, I was like, "Babe, you have any topics for today?" She's like, "I got 3." Yeah. You didn't want to talk about any of your topics.
Well, I was, but I just...
What's the other 2?
I don't want to tell.
I'm curious.
I don't talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh!
What?
I remembered something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Rylee and I finally went to Costco for the first time. We did some adulting, and it was very expensive. So for a long time, we didn't have a refrigerator. We finally fucking got a refrigerator, and we finally had time to go to Costco, so we went to Costco to stock up on some food so we can save money and just eat and make food at home and stuff like that. And it's been working out great because we have been eating at home basically every day. But literally, it's hot, so Rylee puts on, a breathable outfit. Oh
my god.
She puts on like a breathable outfit that shows a little tummy and is a little bit skin tight. And anyways, Rylee and I park. And we're like walking to Costco. We're like just like about to get to the front door, and then some like elderly, chubby Hispanic dude just like was walking past both of us, and then but even before he walked past us, I'm just like looking around, just like minding my own business. I see the dude, and I see him already. His eyes are locked on you. I'm not gonna say where, but I can see his eyes are locked on you. And then I'm like, all right, whatever, quick glance, fuck it. I keep walking, and then he fucking he does the same thing that we talked about last time at the fucking Foot Locker. He does the same thing the other guy, dude, where as he's walking past Rylee, he goes like super rubbernecking, hell is staring Rylee down, and I just fucking turn around and go, what the fuck are you looking at? I forgot what I said.
I was so scared. I was not expecting that.
You
literally were yelling.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what the fuck are you looking at? And then he just goes does this fucking hand waving and turns around. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit, Bob. I just said some shit or whatever, and he just walks away. And then, but it's I can understand a quick glance. I can understand some guy going ooh, whatever, and then just walking past. But he was like so blatant and disrespectful and fucking just weird. And I was just like, I had to say something. I was like, what the fuck are you looking at, dude? And you know what's even funnier is before I noticed him, I noticed some younger dude walking in front of him, just like, you know, walking, and he looked like he was 18 or younger, right? And I was already thinking like, this dude looks like he's here with his parents already as soon as I saw that one dude, right? And then immediately the situation happened with the other guy. And then as he turns around, like fucking does his hand wave and turns around and keeps walking, I realized that first kid who walked past was his son. And his son, like the whole time was like keeping his head like this, like not even fucking like trying to turn around to even look what the hell's going on. Because he knew how fucking weird that shit was. Anyways, that was our Costco experience.
Jeez. I thought we were going to talk about how fun it was.
It was fun.
Costco, but fuck.
Did you forget about that?
Yeah.
That was weird. I really didn't like it. It was hella disrespectful and strange.
So dumb.
Really dumb? I asked you the same thing. I was like, babe, if we were
it was weird.
If we were walking past, if we were walking and some girl like literally in front of you goes like looking at me, like wouldn't you go like what are you looking at? Like blatantly in front of you and me, like staring at me, checking me out. Wouldn't you say something?
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck?
That would be so funny. That, bro, when pigs fly will be the day Rylee has to defend me from another girl trying to get me.
I don't know. Depends on the situation. Depends on the situation. If it was at Costco and it was a random chick, I don't know. I probably wouldn't say anything if it was a look, but if she tried to say something to you, I'd be like, what the fuck?
He didn't even try to say that, but it was so blatant and weird, dude. I really didn't like it. And honestly, I didn't bring this up.
It's because it's obvious we're together. That's why it's weird.
I didn't bring this up to you, but there was almost a situation like that in Universal today, where by the time
thank God you didn't do
but
anything.
listen, but this one was weird because by the time it clicked in my head of what just happened, we already had walked past him, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna like turn around and be like, what the fuck was that, blah blah. So I was like, all right, whatever, let it slide, and we kept walking, but. When Rylee and I finished our day at Universal, we were walking through City Walk trying to go towards back to the parking lot towards our car, and some fucking dude was like standing with his phone out, and I could see that at first he had his phone like this, and he's like, and I could see that he's like looking at his phone and he's like looking around constantly, and then I see he sees you, right? And like we're walking past them, and I see he goes like this.
No way.
And then as soon as we walk past him, he like continues like filming other shit.
Shut up.
And then at first like it didn't click in my head, but then we walk like a couple of steps.
Why didn't you tell me
No,
this?
but then listen, we walk a couple steps past them, and then it clicks in my head. I'm like, am I tripping, or did that guy just film Rylee? And then and that's where I was like thinking like, I don't want to make a whole confrontation if I'm tripping, and like that wasn't what I thought it was. But literally, it was like as soon as we walked past him, he went like, ew, and like was like filming around. I was like, did he just film Rylee? And like I don't know, it was really weird. Am I being overly cautious and anxious and protective?
Maybe that was a little overboard. I don't know. I didn't see anything.
So I don't know. That's why I didn't say anything. It was weird. Bro, I'm going to need to start lifting weights and carrying around bazookas and shit trying to defend your honor. Every time we go anywhere now. Yeah, seriously. And you want to go to
defend my honor?
Yeah, you want to go to what's it called? What do they call like the Rolling Loud and stuff like that. I don't know why I made a basketball thing. But you want to go to Rolling Loud and stuff, bro. It's going to be so much worse there. If I leave you alone for a second, somebody's going to go, "Hey, what's it? What's it, baby?" No. I'll be like, "Dude, please step away."
Oh boy. Anything else, babe?
What have I signed up myself for? I'm kidding. Either way, should I have not brought up that topic either?
Oh god.
Was that a bad one?
I want to see what the chat's saying.
So really? You're gonna bring up the chat right now?
I really want to see.
They're gonna be like, you're overly sensitive person, blah blah. You let everyone stare at Rylee. It should be okay for everyone to stare at Rylee as much as possible. That was all my topics right there.
All right.
Can I see yours? I'm curious as to what you wrote down on yours.
Fine, you can take a gander.
Oh, okay. No, I do want to talk about this.
Okay.
This adds conversation.
Okay.
Okay, so I do want to say this.
Okay, see, I think they're dumb, and I think you wouldn't really want to talk about it.
No, I like these.
Okay.
All right. On the last
We can
podcast, we didn't incite war, but we acknowledged a theft, basically. So Rylee and I do 10 talks, right? but we do it on the Harmonious Man channel. Randomly, this podcast came out of nowhere called 10 Talk Podcast. Not Talks, but 10 Talk Podcast came out, and they did like 4 episodes. And like at first I was thinking like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like 10 Talks is not that original of a name because there's a bunch of other 10 Talks as well, but a lot of them have like not, they like stopped posting content.
And they're random. They're not like
they have nothing to do with the shit that we talk about or like our universe basically at all. But when we were looking through the description of their shit, of their topics, a lot of shit was like overlapping, and I was like starting to think like, I feel like these dudes are aware of us and might be purposely using that name to drive, views and shit like towards their shit. Because if you search up 10 Talks, you see a bunch of our stuff, but then you'll see one of their videos or like 2 of their videos. Either way, we talked about this on the last episode of 10 Talks. I said that it was weird, and I didn't want anyone here to like go attack them or anything like that, tell them to give them mean comments. But I don't know for what reason, but they changed their names.
No, they are the Dorm Dogs.
Dorm Dogs, which I'm not gonna give them any advice on choosing a name because our name is very general as well. But
yeah, no.
I'm glad that the beef is over. It's settled, basically.
There's no beef.
I just wanted to add like an end card to that chapter of what we talked about. But I do
have to point out that I did look through the content a bit to see like what they were saying, and I watched the beginning of it, and he starts the podcast by saying, "Good evening, campers."
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Good evening, campers.
I
was like, okay.
I'm starting to get worried that your mic isn't working.
Right?
Guys, is Rylee's mic not working? Is it me? Is that toxic? God damn, you see they're calling me toxic now. Yuri, I can put you down with the south side. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Just a quick chat check. Guys, is Rylee's mic working? It's that's why I stood up earlier. Can you Rylee's mic is good. Thank you, baby.
Check.
Okay, Rylee, you're good. Okay, thank you guys so much.
I was like,
appreciate you. It is working. Okay. It's so weird because like I sound so much louder for some reason, right?
Yeah, you do.
I do? Right, hold on. Let me double check.
Maybe it's just my mic.
No, I don't think it's your mic. It might be this. Okay. So, either way, I just wanted to bring that up just to freaking bring, close this chapter of, I don't know, quote-unquote beef between us and another podcast. But either way, we no longer have to worry about them because they have a different name.
Yeah, so.
But if you guys say happy campers one more time, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, happy campers. No, good evening, campers. And I said good evening, campers. I can't talk right now.
It's so funny. Speak. Rylee went full investigator mode because
I was like, okay,
Rylee like
I don't want to keep digging if it's like, what if these guys are innocent? I don't want to keep digging.
You went full investigator. Rylee burst into the studio. She's like, babe, you're not going to believe this. She's like, the first time I said happy campers was on June, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I just went through their podcast and they just, and she's like,
it's not happy campers. I started saying it in the beginning of all the podcasts starting from that time.
And then, and she was saying that they did it after Rylee.
Every single one
and I was like, you found these dates and like double checked all this? Like,
I do say it damn near every single time. I do.
Do you?
Kinda.
But it's evening for us, but we don't know who's gonna be watching this later on. It could be in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I'm saying I always say evening.
David Goggins could be listening to our podcast during his 6 a.m. runs when he runs 40 miles.
Anywho.
Either way, another topic.
Give a Love Island update?
Yeah, I don't know how much people really care about this,
but I like it.
Yeah, we both enjoy watching it. And Rylee was saying,
give like 2 minutes, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And Rylee was saying this in the beginning of us watching this season of Love Island, where she was saying like, this shit's not hitting like the last one. And I was telling her like, I think you're tripping because you're already used to the group of the last one. You've already like, like almost your friends because you've watched them so much or whatever, because you've already seen that season. They're like already a part of the Love Island group to you. So these people are new. It's going to take them some time to build up that like where you're used to seeing them.
Yeah. And
I was thinking like that might be the case, but the more episodes unfold, it's getting so boring now.
I know.
There's like, yeah, everyone they're choosing so boring, dude.
And
they have like no personality.
Now they're losing all the people they started with. They lost Cinco, which he was boring, but he did have like drama going on within the show. That's
true. So but you know what this show is proving?
It was funny to watch him, like
that's true.
Dumb.
Yeah, exactly. That's facts. But what's his name? Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
Charlie has the opposite effect, where he's also just as bland and dumb, but it's boring to watch.
Oh god, he's so boring, and he just seems fake.
You know what I was gonna say though? I'm just starting to realize this show is kind of like a scientific experiment. It's scientifically proving the idea that attractive people have no personalities and are extremely boring. And
Some
honestly,
of them are funny as hell.
watching it fucking back to back. Hot girl comes on, boring as hell. Hot dude comes on, boring as hell. It's just like they're all fucking boring, dude. Like I want to see some dude who goes in there and just fucking goofing off, or like I don't know. They're all so serious.
Some people stir shit up.
Like I want to see something entertaining. Like I want to see someone like fucking trip and fall into the pool, and like I don't know, or just like they need to bring a clumsy person in there.
Giovanni was funny.
Yeah, Giovanni was funny. He had personality. That's that and honestly, like what sucks is I didn't like Giovanni. Like the whole time we were watching it, I did not. Exactly, we were like, dude, this guy's boring. He's so cringy.
So
cringy and annoying. And then literally, we didn't even know he was going home yet. But the episode where he goes home, like halfway through it, Rylee and I are like, Giovanni's actually really funny. Like we kind of like this dude.
We're gonna miss him.
No, we didn't even know he was going home yet. Remember, we were like watching it, and like his girl Olivia comes up to him, and she's like, hey, I don't want to continue our relationship, basically, you know. And the way he handled it was like so smooth. Yeah. He was just like, took you long enough to tell me that, baby, blah blah. He was like super cool about it. Where it was just like that was the chillest breakup ever, you know. And then after I seeing that, I was like, this guy's chill, you know. That was actually really funny and cool. I was like, I actually like him. And then 20 minutes later, he gets kicked off the island, and I was like, damn, that now I actually miss him.
Yeah, he was funny. And then poor Josh.
Oh yeah, there's like two original islanders who are Josh and what's her name? Shannon. And randomly they just like come up to everyone. They're like, hey guys, we can't continue, we have to leave. And I thought they were gonna say like, we have to leave because they've been in a couple the whole time, and I thought they were gonna be like, dude, like we're happy, we're settled, we're not gonna deal with any of the other bullshit that the producers throw at us, like we're going home to enjoy our relationship. But Josh was like, yo, my sister just passed away unexpectedly and I got a fucking dip or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, dude. That's so fucked up.
I couldn't imagine being like stranded on an island. You don't have any contact, no phone.
Yeah, they don't have any phones.
And like the producer has to just pull you away and like let you know that, or like give you the phone to your mom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just like not near your family whatsoever during that situation when you want to be with them the most.
And you know, the producers are so fake too. You know, they're like, they're like, oh dude, are you okay? We also have the rose ceremony in 20 minutes. Are you gonna be okay for that? But dude, I'm so sorry about what's happening, but you should start getting ready for the rose ceremony. Like I bet you they're like doing that type of shit where they care, but then they're also like pushing them to continue the content, you know?
But that was so sad and unexpected.
Bro, I know.
Now it's boring. It's just going to be boring from here on out. I'm still going to watch it, though.
Yeah, obviously we're going to continue watching it, but they need to pick, like, don't pick guys just because they have a six-pack. You know what I mean? Like, we need some throw me in there, dude. Throw me in there, coach. No, I'm kidding. But I'm saying, like,
me too, then.
No, what the hell? Maybe we can go together and get a free vacation out of it.
Really?
Until they send you to what's it called? Casa Amor.
Oh, you would do me dirty?
No, you would do me dirty.
What?
Wow. Hell no. You see, they have all these like random challenges and shit where like you gotta kiss all these people who aren't your couple, and like there's this one girl.
Would choose Florida.
There's this one girl in there who's so loyal. Where during one of these challenges, you're supposed to make out with like whoever random person who's not your mate or couple or whatever. And she would just come up to them and peck him on the cheek because
her man was making out.
Because she was like, I don't want to cheat on my man. That would be me.
Her man was making out.
That's true.
That was fucked up.
You would kiss them though.
Hell nah.
You'd be like,
really?
Casa Amor. That dude that girl I'm talking about.
That's Temptation Island. They have that show.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. You watched that obviously. But I was gonna say that that girl I'm talking about, her name's Kira. Her dude Will he's the funniest guy on the island.
He's the best.
He's the best. He's like Spanish, right?
Colombian.
I don't know.
Yeah, Colombian.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's Colombian, and he like knows, he can speak English well, but you can tell that like it's his second language, and he culturally he's like, adjusted to like I don't know where he came from, Colombia. He's adjusted to the Colombian like dialect, way of making jokes, way of talking and stuff like that. So when he's talking in English about serious shit, like he's so blunt and just like straightforward. Like where I kind of like him because the other dudes are just like, even if the other dudes are like talking to two girls at once, each time they talk to each one of the girls, they'll be like, Rylee, like I'm really feeling this relationship. I don't trust, Susan, blah 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 blah. It's like it's all me and you. We got this all the way together. And then 10 minutes later, he's talking to Susan. He's like, Susan, nah, Riley's not it. Like I really see us growing. Something like they're always hella fake and just like gassing up the girls. Like, and the girls thinking like, oh, I'm the only one, but they're really, just lying to each of them. Where he, on the other hand, is just like, he's like, hey, like I have a really good relationship with Kira, but you're really beautiful, like I don't know what's gonna happen. You are hot, I'm hot, but I'm with Kira, like he's like super blatant. And then even when he tells Kira, he's like hey, she was really beautiful and a good person, and we kiss, and he's like
She
so
was stunning.
the way he's like talking about her
These
too.
girls are just beautiful and they're stunning.
And she's just like with the heartbroken ass face, like, oh fuck.
But then he'll be like, but I love what we have. Like then he'll he'll do a long pause.
I know, exactly. And you're just like, if you're hearing that as the girl, you're like, oh
Oh
fuck.
fuck, Will, what?
It's like you coming up to me going like, Yuri, those guys are super hot and oily and sexy, but I love what we have going on together. And I'm just like, gee, thanks. Like,
I know.
I'm glad we're together, but you think these guys are hot and oily and sexy? Like, what the
And you were making out.
Yeah, and he it's the challenge, though. It's for the challenge.
It wasn't for the challenge.
Either way.
No, this other girl, Olivia, was like trying to tell, like, she was trying to tell him she had feelings for him, and she was like, you mean the world to me. He's like, what? What world?
Oh, he was confused. She was like being hella heartfelt. She's like,
you mean the world to me. He's like, what? What?
He's just hella confused. Like, what? What do you mean? Honestly, most genuine, honest dude on there, I think.
I think he's genuine.
And it's like
At first, I thought he was shady, but now I think he's like
I feel like he can be shady, but he's real about being shady. Where he's just like, I did kiss her, and she is hot, but I do love you still, And it's up to the girl to be like, no, exactly. Not cool. Well, I'm out of here. But either way, I think that covers all the topics. Before we wrap up the podcast, I do want to click the button so all the Patreon names fly through the screen right now, so you guys can know everyone who supports the Patreon. But I want to say, or I think Rylee should give a huge thank you to the Patreons while I go click that button.
Oh, should I read the names?
No, don't read the names. Just
say thanks. Thank you so much to our Patreons. We appreciate you guys every single month. I'm just surprised that
we appreciate them every month.
Yeah.
Not every day.
Well, every day, but I'm
of
just
each
saying,
month.
Every day of each month. I'm just saying that I get surprised to see that the number is still there every single month.
I know, exactly. So, same here.
I'm saying thank you for the consistency. That's what I'm trying to say.
Facts. Thank you guys so much to every single one of the Patrons. We have 30 Patrons right now, and literally without you guys, the streams would not be possible. The whole setup we have right now and the upgrades we're always working on would not be possible. We're gonna have a stream deck soon where we can like be managing and making the shit way more smoother and all that stuff. So this shit's all possible thanks to the viewers, the people who donate, and the Patreon members especially. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and watching and enjoying our content.
We couldn't do it without you.
Facts. So we're not going to wrap up the podcast right now. We're going to get into a little bit of an after show, but I do want to make an end point so we can cut it out because I haven't talked about this in a while, but Rylee and I always do 10 talks. I'll say like the outro, and then we'll continue that same live stream and do like an after show for like, sometimes an after show will be like an hour and a half, sometimes it'll be like 30 minutes or whatever, and we'll do an after show. But after the podcast is done, I save that after show, I cut it out of YouTube so people can't see it anymore. You only see it until the point I end the podcast, and then that after show I upload it to the Patreon, so whoever missed it can go view it on the Patreon. Just have some exclusive content going on there semi-consistently, and we are working on more Patreon content as well on top of that. But either way, if you guys can, please leave a like on this video.
Comment.
Yeah, leave a comment, not in the chat, but in the comment section of this video. Once I end the live stream, just like leave a comment saying any random word, because it really helps the podcast grow. It helps YouTube think that there's like growth in our channel and stuff like that. It just like helps the analytics, and it helps us grow in general. So
Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, or Hufflepuff. That's what you should comment.
Choose which one.
Choose one.
Oh yeah, choose one of the houses of
we've been debating
Hogwarts.
this.
That's interesting. We'll see the most. I bet you the most popular is gonna be Slytherin. But yeah, like, comment, and also if you guys aren't subscribed already, please drop a subscribe so you guys can keep up to date with all the content. So we'll see you guys for the next show. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Have a great night.